of his genetics at that particular time. He currently serves on the board of directors, but more importantly, he continues to give. Each year, he donates a heifer to the foundation. As a result of his efforts, we raised over $40,000 from the continued support of him. So today, we think it's only fitting in front of his many friends who know him from RB Cattle that we represent and recognize Rodolfo Popo Pazan as the 2022 honorary Animo. Please give him a round of applause. Unfortunately, he's able to be here with us today, but we do have him on the phone. And Popo, we all extend a very grateful thank you to you.
Muy buenos días. La Fundación Brahman está haciendo un reconocimiento al señor Rodolfo Pazan y a la familia Pazan. Rodolfo ha sido uno de los grandes colaboradores de la Fundación Brahman, que es una fundación que se ocupa de dar becas a los estudiantes, de hacerles programas para que salgan y viajen y conozcan el mundo del ganado Brahman. También colabora con más de $30,000 en becas y entradas para los estudiantes se relacionen con el ganado Brahman. El día de hoy reconocen al señor Rodolfo Pazan, que ha sido un gran pilar en que esta fundación se desenvuelva y funcione y siga ayudando a muchos de nuestros jóvenes. Muchas gracias.
At this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to another board member of the Brahman Foundation, one of the founders of the Brahman Foundation as well, Mr. Carlos Guerra from La Mineca Cattle.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. This award here is going to be tough for me to give because I'm a big crybaby, but it's for a very, very special person. And I've been blessed to have been in the Brahman business all my life. So I've had the fortune of being best of friends with Margaret Watkins, Dinah Weil, and Armelinda Ibarra. I was there when we raised the original money for the AJBA scholarship at a Johnny Joyce clinic. When the ladies at the ABBA came to me wanting to know what they could do with the painting, and I said, we're going to make some money with it. So I got two little girls, and we walked the room, and I got 20 people to give me $500 a piece. We bought the painting for $10,000, took a group picture, redonated it. Bud Wentz bought it for $3,500, and those were the original funds for the ladies of the AJBA Scholarship Fund. We got back in, 10, 12 years ago, and got the Brahman Foundation kicked off, and we're doing some good things with that. But today we're here to honor a very special lady that dedicated 38 years of her life to each and every ABBA member. This lady helped you in some form or fashion, whether it was registering, transferring, getting you tickets to go to some foreign trip, or just helping give sound advice. We love her. Everybody loves her, and we're very, very proud. Thanks to my partner, Louis Flores, Ava Barker, and Javier Moreno, we donated some semen and raised over $3,000 that we put in the AJBA fund to fund the Armelinda Ibarra Salute to Excellence Scholarship. And we're going to give this award every year to an individual that we feel represents the tremendous work ethic and love that Armelinda has for each and every one of you guys in the Brahman breed. So with no further ado, we are going to award this $1,000 scholarship to an individual that is the reason and was the inspiration for us creating the Brahman Foundation, which now has awarded over $300,000 to our AJBA kiddos. And if you haven't figured it out by now, the winner of the first Armelindi Barra Salute to Excellence Scholarship is Megan Lambert. And Mike England, my old buddy, and I were sitting together after we were trying to figure out who's going to win the first LMC and Friends Animo Award at the All-American. Well, Wade Watkins was the show chairman. President was Bubba Shortwell. Chris Shivers was CEO. We all had our own picks, and I said, let's wait till the end of the week. Well, luckily, this little girl walks in with husky jeans, a smile on her face from ear to ear, had that heifers halter straight up in the air, and she had everybody from hello. That picture was taken by a scholarship winner who later became a donor, the Jerica girl, and she come back after class, got a standing ovation, came back for division, and got another standing ovation when she got reserve division. But anyway, the logo for the foundation is this young lady. She's one of my heroes and a hero to many others. Phenomenal inspiration. She won the first annual award, which led us to create the foundation, and we're very proud that she is going to be our first winner. And our Melinda's got a few words she wants to share with us at this time. Give her another hand, please, folks. Thank you, Houston Livestock Show, for giving us this opportunity, and the ABBA.
First of all, Carlos Guerra, muchísimas gracias. Thank you for the opportunity to provide such a scholarship to an individual of this character. It is my great honor to be here present, to be part of this presentation to an individual who has excelled in the Brahman breed. It is an honor that many youth desire to have, but this young lady exhibits great uniqueness. She's full of spirit, she's full of love, and the most important thing is she's full of passion and kindness to the Brahman breed. And this, for me, is an honor that this award was established, and it bears my name. I am truly honored, Carlos, to you and to the Brahman Foundation, to the board members, and everyone who's responsible for providing this scholarship. Thank you. Megan, I congratulate you for receiving the first award, and I know that you are also excited, and I wish you nothing but greatness because God made you.
Let's get a picture, guys. Anybody wanting to donate to the scholarship fund, contact Joe Mast or Morgan, because the money goes through the AGBA. Thanks again, everybody.
Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert with the Brahman Journal, and I am super excited to be back in Houston, and especially excited to be with my friend Hillary of Elgin Breeding Service. They are one of our sponsors for our live stream. I want to invite everyone to watch and comment. We have all kinds of fun things we're doing during the live stream, and Hillary, thank you guys for being a sponsor.
Absolutely, we're always happy to do it.
And you know what? We have their team, your husband John, and then the rest of the gang back there working hard, and they are collecting bulls. That's what they do. Amongst other things, they're back home collecting bulls, and they're going to be watching live, and I think they might make a few sneak appearances with us.
Yep, they're back home. None of them got to break away to come down here to the show. So they're all excited to watch live and watch the show, the females and the bulls. And they've got everything set up to where they can watch the show live and comment and show y'all what they're doing throughout the day too.
Yeah, exactly. We have some photos that they're going to be sending, and maybe a little bit of video. Nothing X-rated though. So again, this is Elgin Breeding Service, and there's some really fun, exciting, really great giveaways and goodies. So you want to make sure you stop by their booth. So Hillary, I think it would be so cool that you guys get to watch the show and you know the bulls that have sired some of these champions because you've had them there and you've collected them.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of the bulls that'll be in the ring we've seen, and then a lot of the bulls that will be in the show ring, we've collected their sires, their grandsires, back several generations. So it's always fun to watch how those genetics play into this.
Yeah, and you know what's really, to me, so amazing about this whole thing that we do is that you can freeze those embryos, you can freeze that semen, you can come back and you can look at bulls that maybe were used a while ago and now they're using them again.
Yeah, we have semen that's been frozen for 30, 40 years that's still frozen today. So not only is it frozen for a day or two, we have semen that's been frozen for decades that's still there today. That some people like to go back to and use again. So it's interesting to watch how everything plays out.
And that semen is still good, it works really well, and because they do just a tremendous job. So how long has Elgin Breeding Service been in business?
Since 1954. We've been collecting and freezing semen since 1954 and doing pretty much the semen quality hasn't changed much. The only thing we've done is increased how much semen we put in a straw, but besides that, everything is, as far as quality, has stayed the same. The only thing that's changed is technology making things a little bit easier for us.
I can say, just to clarify, she wasn't around in 1954, but this is a family business that she is part of and has been part of your whole life.
Yep.
And her whole family. So again, it's really awesome to be here back at Houston at Elgin Breeding Service. We're right across from the Brahman Journal booth, and you can get all of these really fun goodies. Besides the fact you can get information about all of their services, the collection side of it, the transportation side of it. You know, you help facilitate that. You get semen all around the world and embryos and everything that people need.
Yep, we do a lot of domestic shipping, international shipping. We do it all.
And they don't do just Brahman, though we are kind of Brahman specific here at the Brahman Journal. But you know, they do a lot of other things, and I have been out there. I can say that it is just a beautiful place to see. They've had a lot of people visiting from all over the world this last week, and I imagine that they're going to continue to have that. So if you're here in the Houston area at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, stop by the booth, visit with my friend Hillary about all that they can do for you, and make sure you thank them because we will be live in the arena thanks to Elgin Breeding Service.
Thanks, Vicki.
All right, everybody, we are down to the top three in this class number 9. We have Isaac Duhan for 007 Ranch. He is in the arena still, getting judged. And then not sure who we have sitting there in second. We'll have to check out and see if we can get that back number. And then we have Dietering Red Brahmins. Dietering Red Brahmins is in third. It looks like he's going to leave him.
Up in this class are really conditioning, but they still are plenty easy enough conditioning, but they're fresh in it. The three heifers that we've got up here, I think they're moderate enough in their frame size. I think they've got ample muscle to them, and they just put a lot of good things together. The heifer that I'm going to start off with, as we compare her to the heifer in second, she's just a little softer right there in the center portion of her body. Probably lays in just a little nicer at her shoulder. Probably a heifer that, might want to darken her up just a little bit for my own personal preference, but other than that, I think she's real complete, really clean jointed, really sound. She looks like a nice heifer, nice heifer. Darker red heifer we've got coming next, another one of those heavier muscle type females, especially down her top and out her hip. Heifer probably not quite as neat as in her shoulder as the heifer that starts out the class, but I think she's real complete, and I think she's got a lot of value in her. Heifer we've got next, another one of the real fresh, high volume, one of the real fresh heifers that's got a lot of loin to her, a lot of rear end to her. I really like the red breed character in terms of hump placement. You set her into motion, she wants to get a little bit more rigid in the movement off of her hind legs, but I really do like the overall pattern of that heifer. Heifer we've got next is another real complete heifer. Probably gets a little harder doing, probably not as easy fleshing as some of the others ahead of her, but I think she's real complete in the design to the angle of her shoulder and the angle to her hind leg. Just probably like to make her a little, maybe just a little bit stouter. Then we've got a real complete heifer here, the smallest heifer of the class, but I think she's probably the most complete. She's sound, she's really nice in her angles, and probably one of the nicest in terms of that. We just want to make more of her to compete any higher. But a nice group of classes. We've got some heifers down the end, probably like to trim up just a little bit in her overall condition, maybe fix some back feet a little bit.
Thank you very much. And here are your results in Class 9. First goes to entry 1497, the female 6W Tequila, 176. Taya Bear exhibiting, owned by Emma Trehan.
So we have in the first place in that class number 9 was 6W Tequila 176. That's going to be a Moreno Mr. Risky Intentions daughter out of Moreno Miss Lady Ruthie. That is bred by Moreno Ranches, owned by Emma Trahan. It says exhibitor Ty Abear, but that wasn't Ty on the stick, so just saying. And in second place, we have the 6W Miss Valentine. 6W Miss Valentine is again going to be, I'm thinking we might have a little something wrong somewhere on this. But we show the breeder of that other class as Moreno. It's a little weird. It's not labeled Moreno in the name, but we'll check on that. But then in second, we had the Lance Wedgeworth bred, exhibited by Bicmar Cattle Company, and the owner is Marco Luis Moreno. That again is going to be a Moreno Mr. Rockstar daughter out of Miss WCC 6W, and that was 6W Miss Valentine. So that is going to be our champion and our our first and second in class. First and second in class there in our very first red class. We're now moving to class number 10. Class number 10 is coming in the arena as we speak. So they are excusing some of the cattle out of the class. We are in class 10. Can't say enough about the amazing team I have here at the Brahman Journal. Brahman Journal has just an amazing team. So we're really excited about everything that we're doing today, and just can't say thank you enough to our people that are sponsoring us. So Brandon Cottrell is the judge here. He is here in Houston in the green shavings judging, and we've already gone through our red calf class and our gray calf division. We already have our champions in both of those. Very excited. Don't forget, guys, go to our Instagram page, because we're trying not to get on top of our internet live stream with all our photos. So if you will go to our Instagram page, you will get to see real-time live. You will get to see all of the great photos that the team has been taking. So yep, there we go. All of those photos are up and live. So thank you to Alfredo for saying what you think, that the cattle are simply beautiful. We absolutely agree. We want to say congratulations. Pamela Daniels is telling everyone congratulations. In that last class, that was class number 9, we had first place was the JW Tequila 176, and in second place we had the JW Miss Valentine. So congratulations. Those, of course, were the last class that we were watching. We are now in class 10. And we could do a little recap of what we had in the calf division. So in our calf division in the reds, our champion was Moreno Miss Lady Ricochet, and she is a Moreno Mr. Rockstar daughter. We talked to Kelvin about that just a little bit. And then in our reserve champion was Phillip Cattle Company. That's PCC Ray of Hope 11/1. Great job that Phillip Cattle Company is doing. That was the reserve champion here in Houston. And then, of course, in our gray class, in our gray division, our gray calf division, we had Heritage Cattle Company. They were able to have that, whoops, we're moving around. They were able to be crowned, they were crowned calf champion with their super beautiful Lady H Lisa Manso 476/1. And our reserve champion, we're big fans of Babe Scott, so our reserve champion was SCS Miss Lisa Marie, and that was Scott Cattle Services. I've already asked them if they would come and join us here in a little bit, and so I think Gracie will come and join us and grace us with her beauty and let us know how it feels to be reserve calf champion on the green shavings. So really glad to be here, guys. So those were our gray and red calf division champions. Again, we are in the intermediate division. Marinus, I am so glad to see you watching. Marinus, thank you so much. We are glad to have the show here. Marinus, we would like to thank, of course, Heritage Cattle Company, who they were just crowned calf champion. We would also like to thank Little Pecan Cattle. Don't forget, they're here in the building. You can go and visit with them about all they can do with their great cattle. They really have some beautiful cattle. And then, of course, we have Elgin Breeding Service. Hillary is right there by the Brahman Journal booth, and she can go ahead and visit with you about all they do in their breeding services. Of course, they do collection and shipping and, you know, pretty much everything else. And then like to thank Miami Cattle Show, the Miami International Show. We will be there ourselves. We're really looking forward to that. So don't forget to, trying to get another camera angle in here, guys. There we go. And really excited to be here as we whittle down We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are left in the arena right now. 5 are left in the ring. So we have 5 here. And exactly, that entry deadline. Thank you, Brahman Journal team. Thank you, Brahman Journal team, for all you guys do. They're over there keeping me on board. You can book your rooms. You can get your fare entry. Miami has extended the deadline, so if you want to go to the Miami show, you can still get there. All right, so we have first, second, third, fourth. Let's see where we end up with the cattle. And we have Brandon Cottrell looking. He's going to walk them one more time. We have 1470 was sitting there in second. We have a Phillip Cattle Company sitting in third. $14.53 was there in that fourth spot. Again, this is class 10. Class 10. Looks like we're popping the Phillip cattle up to the top.
Got 3 really nice heifers up at the top of this class. I think just like we've been talking a little bit before, I think they're fresh in their conditioning. They're definitely not getting stale on us, and we sure don't want to get these females too fat. Heifer I'm going to start out with up here at the front. I think she's probably a little larger outline heifer, which you could probably tone down just a hair, but I think she's real complete. The way she lays into her shoulder there, she's real smooth and angular. You look at her hind leg, she's got just the right amount of angle to that hind leg. You know, probably as we compare it to the heifer behind her, maybe just make her a stretch longer. But other than that, I think she's a pretty sound, complete one, and she looks like she's going to have a pretty nice udder as she continues to develop. The next heifer we've got here in relation to her frame size is one of the heavier muscle females in the class, especially right over her loin. She's got a lot of arch and loin standing behind her. Some stifle width to her as well, but I really like the way she lays at her hind leg as well. Probably just going to get a little bit bolder right there at the point of her shoulder as we compare to the heifer ahead of her, but there's a lot of good in that heifer. Next heifer we got coming is the polled heifer. Really appreciate the overall functionality and cleanliness of joints that she carries. I think a heifer that's really nice and maternal and functional in her look, and I think she's going to have a bright future just being a cow and have a lot of longevity. Probably not overall eye appealing as much as eye appeal as the 2 heifers that precede her, but I do like the cow that she's going to hopefully turn into. Heifer we've got next, you appreciate the eye appeal from the side, probably get in behind her, wanting to stouten her up just a little bit, but I think she's a pretty nice one. Then we run into some heifers that probably getting a little wasty, a little over fat, probably get into some movement issues, but other than that, I really appreciate the quality class that we have before us.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Here are your results out of Class 10. First goes to entry 1737. PCC Mariah 47/0 owned and exhibited by Phillip Cattle Company of Palestine, Texas. Second went to entry number 1687 with Miss Moreno, Miss Lady Rezi 24/3. Moreno Ranch exhibiting owned by Lily Larson, Riesel, Texas. Third went to entry 1470 Dittering Brothers Cattle Company of Hempstead, Texas. Fourth.
Okay, so we do have a winner here. We do have a winner here. So we will be getting ready to come in with the next group here shortly. But our first place in that last class, first place went to 1737. 1737 was PCC Mariah, 47 over 0, 47 over 0. So that was our winner in that last class. Thank you very much, Miss Mandy. And in second, Miss Mandy, it was going to be the entry number 1687, 1687, 1687. So I'm sorry, I was here by myself in the booth because Iran had to go run a few errands for us with some people that needed to visit with him. So that was who was our class winner. And there you go. There you go. Yep, we're thinking they were looking good. So we are on class 11. We are on class 11, yep. And in second place in that class, we had 1687. 1687 was going to be Moreno Miss Lady Resi. That was a Moreno Mr. Risky Intentions daughter out of Moreno Miss Lady Renell. Again, Moreno Ranch was listed as exhibitor, but the owner is Lily Grace, and I do think that Lily Grace was on the stick there. So we had a little shout out to Lily Grace. So this was who was second in that last class, number 10. We are now on class number 11. But the PCC Mariah, let's just get caught back up with her. That PCC Mariah that just won that last class, she is a Maximus daughter out of CT Miss Karen Rhino. So again, congratulations to Philip Cattle. Congratulations to Lily Grace. There you go. And those were our winners in class number 10. We're moving along now into class number 11. Class number 11. This gets just a little bit more difficult for us here when I'm in the booth by myself for just a smidgy time, but we do have a lot of international guests that are wanting to visit with us, so it just kind of is a give and take. So if our camera wasn't quite as good as it should have been, sorry about that. And I was here doing it by myself. So there you go. Alrighty. Again, thank you to our sponsors. You guys have just been so spectacular to us. Of course, we have Heritage Cattle. Let's see if we could get a few screens up of that. We have Heritage Cattle Company. Heritage Cattle Company, they have a semen special going on, a stall special going on, so go by, visit them. They're pretty easy to find. They're pretty easy to find. They are like right there, maybe in the yellow/purple section. And then, of course, we also have, let's go to a little, oh, no, there you go. There you go. Little Pecan Cattle. That is Chris McCall. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. We super appreciate it. We really do need that help to be able to get to come here in Houston and be able to afford to do all the stuff and bring the whole team. It does take a whole team of us. So just to give you a little insight into what's going on, we have Gannon on the tripod on a camera. We have Brandolyn and Alyssa both on digital cameras that are photo cameras. We also have 2 gimbals for remote control cameras. And let's go ahead and flip back to the Miami. Thank you, Miami, for being one of our sponsors also. That show is April 8th through 10th. April 8th through 10th, and we will be there. We will certainly try to be live streaming. We have to see how many people we can bring. But then we also have Iran running all the switcher, running all the sound. So when he's not here, it's just me, and I get kind of confused. We have Miss Mandy and Miss Maciel. Mandy is there with her little one, HB, and Maciel is at home in Nicaragua. And remember, all of our class winners are going real time on our Instagram page. We already have the reserve and the CAF champions are all posted on Instagram. So make sure you go to Instagram, make sure you share those. We did not want to bump into our actual live stream. Now let's visit with, yep, there you go. Okay, Elgin Breeding Service, Elgin Breeding Service. Now guess who's watching? Guess who's been texting me telling me they're loving the watch? So the guys at Elgin, so Hillary's here in the building, but the guys from Elgin Breeding Service, they are like giving us the thumbs up. They're super excited. They're all watching on their phones. They think it's great that they can watch from Elgin, Texas, while they're collecting bulls, so you guys can go create some of these beautiful champions. So again, Hillary is here in the building right there by the Brahman Journal booth, but the guys are back there working and taking care of all the bulls. So that's no bull, that's for sure. Again, we have Brandon Cottrell in the, oh, thank you, Broussard Cattle. They're saying that we're just awesome. Hey, Broussard Cattle is in the, we'll go just straight up into the arena, So Broussard Cattle, Dakota Smith is there at Broussard Cattle. We did some signage for him. It turned out absolutely beautiful. And of course, everybody knows Dakota. He is very, very focused on quality, and he really is very particular, likes everything just very nice, which don't we all, but he does a great job there. So again, thank you to Broussard Cattle for being supportive of us. They have not shown class 20 yet. No, we are in class number 11. I think we can probably get one of the team members to let us know that. So class number 11 is what is going on right now. So we're quite a way away from class number 20. So absolutely. And again, we will be doing a little, let's see if we can reply to that person. I am on it. Not yet. There we go. So, oops. And yes, thank you so much for the Brahman Journal putting up the catalog. I really appreciate that. And we're going to listen to a little music for just a momentito. Music?
When this first heifer that walked in the ring, I thought she comes to the top of this class fairly easily in my mind. I think she stands on plenty of bone and has plenty of performance to her in terms of growth and overall design. I think she's really nice in her shoulder. She moves when you put her into motion. She's just as smooth and easy getting around as you'd like to see her, but she's got plenty of power when you step in behind her. And so I just appreciate the overall package that she brings to us, just real complete, but she's got some power to go with it. Congratulations. Then we run into two heifers that are a little more moderate, a little easier fleshing type heifers, probably starting to get to the borderline of the conditioning issue, but I think I love the capacity that they have. I like the overall easy doing ability that they have. They're really nice in their angles and can travel around the ring, and you know, all four toes or all 8 toes point to the correct direction that they like. I think the heifer we get up in front, probably just a little bit fresher in their overall condition, but just the nice red Brahman breed character that these two heifers have, you really appreciate. And these two heifers get around the heifers behind them is just a little extra stouter. So while this is a pretty outlined heifer when you're standing off the side of her, when you get in behind her and you look down her top and behind her, you want to stouten her up just a little bit from stifle to stifle and just give her a little extra, but I think she's real functional, real feminine. Then we've got the heifer here. I love the breed character that she's got and the power that she's got. Might like to get it in just a hair more feminine package, maybe a little nicer balance, but I think she's got some power and good. This young lady does a nice job getting her put together today.
Goes to entry number 1871, Walters Juliet Rojo.
Leave it on.
From Brenham.
1871.
Entry 1373, JLCS HB Lady Jolene, 8/0. Catherine Armenter of Lake Charles is your owner and exhibitor. Third went to entry 1582, J&L Cattle Services and Henson Brothers Cattle of Rain, Texas, your owners. Fourth went to entry 1788, Rodriguez Cattle Services exhibiting, owned by Haley Phillips of Centerville, Texas. Fifth went to entry 1554, Forster Cattle Company, Greta Forster of Crowley, your owner.
In first place, we had Walters Juliet Rojo. Walters Juliet Rojo, that is going to be a SRS Cristobal daughter out of Lady H. Alicia Rojo. And then in second, and that is Walters Livestock, owned, bred, and shown. Then in class 11, the second place was the okay, perfect. JLCS, HB Lady Jolene 8/0. That's going to be Catherine Armator showing her Maximus daughter out of CT Lady Rose Rhino. So Henskin Brother Cattle bred that female, and Catherine showed it to a beautiful second place win. And this is a huge, this is like the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl of Brahman shows, and so very exciting if you get even to just stay in the class. Anything you get here is just such an honor, so I'm sure everyone is super excited. And again, everybody, remember we have some amazing, amazing photos up on our Instagram, so make sure you go over there, see them, get them, visit with them, share them, do whatever you need to do with Instagram, and we're excited that we can provide those for you. Those we're doing in real time. Then, of course, we will be posting all of that on Facebook after the live stream is over, okay? So after the live stream is over, loose heifer here, we're good. All good. Though we did have Gannon watching the camera. He did look like he was going to make the move to try to catch it, didn't he? Good job, Gannon. Okay. Yeah, I know. I was like, grab hold of that camera, dude. Okay. Sometimes that kind of stuff happens. That's okay. So again, we are on, what class are we on, Mr. Iran? We're on class number 12. And thank you so much for asking us questions, and we try really hard to give you guys great answers. I'm sitting here looking at these photos that are coming through on our Instagram that the team has taken. We have Brandolyn Bishop in the arena. We have Alyssa okay, there you go. I think Gannon's getting a little tired. Okay. Here we go. Now remember, I will be ready to visit with you guys in the booth. Not sure how this, there we go. Okay, I will be ready to visit with you guys in the booth. We're going to be a lot of different places. We're going to be doing a lot of different things coming up in the next few months. We're going to be all over the place. So if you guys need an ad, if you guys enjoy our live stream, please do a little support of our team, because we need your support, we need your love to make it through to the next event. We cannot say enough about Heritage Cattle, Little Pecan Cattle, Elgin Breeding Service, and that Miami International Show. Make sure you guys are there. Make sure you get your entries in. We really, really appreciate their support, because without them, I could not have afforded to be here with the team. It would have just been me and my lonesome self, probably. Really hard to do. I am so much happier when I have my whole team with me. Again, the Team Brahman Journal. Team Brahman Journal is, we have Iran in the booth with me from Mexico. His lovely bride is in the booth back there helping people with subscriptions and other information that they might need in Spanish. Then we have Mandy. Mandy has been with us forever. She is back home working all things internet, making sure we stay Facebook, Instagram, get the photos, get all the results. We have Emily Otto keeping us on track. Maciel is just marvelous. She does an amazing job, and she already has all of the champions and class winners pretty much up on our Instagram. The girls in the arena, of course, are Brandolyn Bishop and Alyssa Jusset. We can't say how happy we are to have. Of course, we have Casey. Casey is back at the booth. She is helping us out. She's a little bit of a special projects type person for us. She helped us at the national show too. She is super talented, and she's taking photos back at the booth and posting them up, giving shout outs on booth space so you can win a half-page color ad. So we're going to go ahead and maybe listen to a little video about Miami and see what they have to say. Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert here with the Brahman Journal, and I was able to wrangle up some of my guys from Florida, and now Kelvin's from Texas too. But this is Senator Soto from Florida on my right, and I have Kelvin on my left, and they are deeply, deeply involved in the Miami International Show. So Senator, we would like you to give us a little shout out and to all to come to the show.
Everyone is invited. Everyone can come. The entrance is free. You can bring friends. You can bring, of course, we are very generous with the premiums, the things that Kelvin Moreno will talk about that. Miami is kind of a city where everyone is invited to come into this place. It's the capital of Central America, South America, the Caribbean, capital of Latin America. Everyone is welcome. We always want to show you all the best we have in Miami, probably the best food of the area.
I agree, absolutely. It's amazing.
Best shows. We have all kinds of things in Miami. Everyone's invited.
Lots to do there.
Come and visit, and you'll be happy.
You will, absolutely. Kelvin, tell us a little bit about the show. So I know it is from April 8th through the 10th, and it has a really great schedule. And Kelvin is the manager of the show. There's also a sale that's involved. Give us a little information.
Yeah, Vicky, we're excited, like the senator said, we're excited to this has been, like you were saying earlier, a big passion of the senator to bring this kind of quality event to Miami-Dade and welcome everyone. And what we're doing this year with the cattle show is we've added several new breeds to bring that as a new thing. This is our 15-year anniversary of this event. So 15 years ago, the senator had the idea that we could do something like this, and we sat around a table and we put together the very first cattle show. And coincidentally, we're standing here in Houston across the ways from Mr. Steamer Swanner, who was the first judge that judged the first Miami International Cattle Show when we had it for the Brahman show. And it started mostly as a Brahman, Brangus, and San so ear type cattle, and now it has grown into we've got Angus, we've got Simmental, we've got dairy cattle. We pay amazing premiums.
They do, absolutely.
For our exhibitors, the premiums are great. We're also going to be offering our first-time exhibitors and the ones that travel from afar a small gas stipend to help them with their gas to come to Miami. Because the first thing you hear from cattle people is it's really far, it's a long drive. So we want to work with people. The entry deadline has been extended until the following Friday. I know that you did some posts about that until March 11th on the Brahman Journal Facebook. Link.
Yep. And on our Brahman events site. It's all on our Brahman events site. So you can go there. All the links are there. So just go to brahmanevent.com. Look for those dates in April. All that information's there too, Kelvin.
And we also, I know we also send it, but if anybody needs information, help booking a hotel room or getting around in Miami, our international friends, I'm going to switch over to Spanish. Queremos darle una invitación a todos nuestros amigos internacionales. Si quieren venir a la feria en Miami, estamos aquí con el senador Soto, que es comisionado de esa área, y la feria es abril 8 al 11, y los invitamos. Si necesitan una carta de invitación de parte de la feria, con mucho gusto se las hacemos llegar. Si necesitan ayuda con los hoteles, la transportación, nos dejan saber. Victoria Lambert con el Brahman Journal ha hecho muy buen trabajo ayudándonos a promocionar el evento, y todo sobre el evento y el schedule del evento está en la página del Brahman Journal.
Con mucho gusto, Vicky. Vicky es una gran persona que nos ayuda mucho con el Brahman Journal y con todas tus actividades. Todo el mundo de América Latina y del mundo están invitados. Miami es un lugar muy especial en el mundo, donde la gente sale contenta,
Yeah.
sale feliz. Es fácil llegar, tiene un aeropuerto muy rápido, muy eficiente y van a estar contentos en venir a Miami. Vengan a Miami, pásenlo con nosotros, lo van a pasar bien. Gracias.
Absolutely. You've got to come to Miami. Show. Great hosts, wonderful city, very welcoming. I can't say enough, and thank you guys enough. So when you get to see the Brahman show tomorrow and the next day, live streaming, it's because of guys like this that have been so supportive of us and help us get here and get to be able to show you the entire world this Brahman show. So make sure you come to Miami. We're really looking forward to seeing you there. It is one of my favorite shows. I'm working hard to get there. I'm having to hop, skip, and jump to get there, but I will absolutely be there. So come join us in Miami.
We'll see
Remember,
you in Miami.
April 8th through 10th. Have any questions? You just ask these guys. We'll get you in touch with them. Thank you very much.
I think we've got a top three up here that are very similar in terms of overall muscle and bone and power that they have. Kind of some things that sort them today a little bit might just be overall eye appeal and breed character. The female that starts off up here, she's just a really nice one. I think I love the hump placement and the breed character that she has, the real elegant type head that she has, that when she gets set in there, she really pops and looks at you and says, hey, look at me, I'm a Brahman. But that strength of top that she has with just enough slope to her hip, I really appreciate that. But then she's got all the power you'd like to go along with her. Just a real complete one that's got plenty of growth and looks good too. The next one we've got here, I like her a little better than the heifer in third, as she's got just a little more breed character in terms of hump placement and hump size. I like her head, really nice about her. A heifer that you like the length and extension of her spine and that strength of spine right there behind her shoulder. She probably wants to duck a little right there in her pins as you set her into motion, but a pretty nice one. Then we've got the heifer that comes in third here. You really like her. She follows those two in terms of overall muscle design and just a nice complete one, probably just a little plainer in her hump size as we compare her to the other three. Then we had the big heifer up here that was fourth, a real nice designed heifer. As she goes out the gate up there, real nicely designed, but she's just entirely too over-conditioned for my taste, a little too much brisket. But I really like the way her skeleton laid into her shoulder and the hind leg structure and the red Brahman breed character. Next heifer we've got here, another one of those really good breed character heifers that's got plenty of muscle, plenty of arch and turn to her rib, wants to get a little steeper out of her hip more than I'd like to see her. And then the heifer we've got next, of the top, the ones that precede her, just really complete and sound. However, there's just not enough of her to raise any higher today. Nice heifers throughout.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
In class 12, we have Moreno Miss Lady Ricci Mia. That is going to be a Moreno Mr. Rockstar daughter. Moreno Mr. Rockstar really has been just knocking it out of the park. and that's going to be out of the LB Lady Violet Manso. I don't know if you guys remember when Violet was showing. Loved that cow, loved that cow. That was kind of the beginning of the Moreno moment, if we can call it that. That is one of the first red females that I remember Moreno showing. So again, that was Moreno, Mr. Rockstar Daughter, Moreno, Miss Lady Ricci Mia. That of course was shown by Nicholas for Moreno Ranches. And in second place, we have the Wesley Thibodeau bred Laura Armentor owned and shown CT Susie Rhino 23/0. CT Susie Rhino 23/0 is a TJF Mr. Smoking Gun daughter out of CT Lady Rhino 8/19. So congratulations to our first and second. Of course, we will be seeing them back in the arena for our championship drive after we do these gray classes. So right now we're moving into the gray classes. We're going to stay on board. We're going to do all of the intermediate before we go, and we do another split. Then we'll be moving into juniors and seniors, and then we're all going to have a party. So yay. Intermediate Gray Brahman Show. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen,
We can use that.
of your
Use him.
Gray Brahman Show, first class here in your second division. I believe we have about 19 head in this class. Females born during the month of November and December of 2020. Oop, just got another one, up to 20.
I think top three of these heifers up here are pretty cool. A heifer that starts off the class, I think she does so fairly easily when she walks in the ring. She's extremely elegant. She's got good breed character to her. I like her pigment, I like her hump size and placement. She step off behind her and she's got plenty of turn and shape and expression down her spine there and in her loin, and she's really wide and expressive from stifle to stifle. And then you step off this side of her and she's really nicely balanced and attractive and just puts a lot of good things together, gets around the ring and travels pretty good. Congratulations, that's a nice one. Then we run into a pair of heifers that I don't think you can bust up. I think they're too much alike in terms of overall type and kind of little carbon copies of one another. The one that I'm going to start off with is one that's probably just a little neater right there in her chest floor, probably just a half a rib longer, but really complete, sound females, both of them that can move around the ring. And you get up under them and you start looking at udder and teat design. Really like the refinement, the teats that they have. I would expect that these females would have a lot of longevity longevity when you turn them out in the pasture and do what they're supposed to do and live a long, productive life. That's just guessing. That's just kind of the way they are in terms of overall functionality, but two nice heifers. Then we've got a really nice outlined heifer that's got some length of body to her. She's really nicely balanced from the side. When you step in behind her, she gets a little flatter over her top and flatter in her rib shape, but a really nice outlined heifer from the side. The white heifer coming next, you're really bold in her rib shape, got a lot of arch and turn to it, really nice in her hip. Female would probably like to make her move just a little freer off of those two back legs and just maybe freshen her up in her brisket just a little bit. But this has been a nice class all the way through with a really easy class winner in my mind.
And we thank you for the overview. We'll have our placings for you here shortly. Next in the arena is our Class 10 gray females. We have about 30 in this class.
Okay, in first place class, we had the TF Polled Lady Cashmere. TF Polled Lady Cashmere is going to be a Mr. V8 733/7 daughter out of Moreno Miss Lady Karen, and that is going to be a Tomlinson Farm. Tomlinson Farm shown and owned and bred. So congratulations to number 1220. 1220 being first, and let me flip around and see where my second is. And second is a couple of pages over. And second was LMC LF Polled Holly. LMC LF Polled Holly. This again was class number 9. Class number 9. This is going to be a Mr. V8 279/7 female out of the LMC Polled Passion female. So congratulations to La Muneca. Cecilia Guerra is the owner on that one. And of course, she was second in that class, in class number 9.
Our sixth place award going to 3410. Bullseye Ranch, owners and exhibitors, Burton, Texas. Your seventh place to 1171. Magic Ranch Kennel Company, Madeline Chamberlain, owner, New Waverly, Texas. Eighth in the class going to 682. Bubba Chico Cattle Company, Capri, Louisiana.
We're moving into class number 10. Class number 10 right now. Class number 10 is going to be our September 1st through October 31st bred females. So again, this is our second class of this intermediate division. Second class of the intermediate division, yet again, another large class. Don't forget to go to our Instagram page where all the class winners and champions are going to be up in real time on Instagram. So show us your love on our Instagram page. We would really appreciate it. And let us know what you think about this live stream. We could probably have a little music and hang out. We sure hope you can come and visit with us, McCartney Brahman Farm. Yep, one day we want to see you here watching, but we're so glad you're watching live with us. I think that is just great. And don't forget, we have in the comments, we have that all the classes winners and champions are on our Instagram. And then of course there is a link there so that you can go click on that link, just look down in the comments, guys, and that link will take you right straight to the program page. Most of our classes are okay. There were a few skips and misses and hiccups here and there. So, and Anton, so glad. Thank you so much for telling us you think it's excellent. I'm really glad you enjoy it. We miss seeing you here, but so very glad that you can watch us online. That is really awesome. And don't forget, just jump on over to our Instagram. Jump on over to our Instagram so you can see all of the amazing photos that the girls are taking. Really appreciate my team. They are amazing. We just got some confirmation about some Guatemala dates. The Guatemala National Show will be April 30th. April 30th. It'll be close to Rancho Siguacan in Sevilla. So not sure yet if we're going to make that event, but just going to put it on our Brahman event site here shortly. So April 30 is when we're going to have the Guatemala National Show. So let's see if we can find some place to write that right here. Got to write that to the team or I will forget. I was just talking to some of our friends from Guatemala. April 30 is the Guatemala National Show. It'll just be one day. So. And we're going to listen to some music. Well, I sure wish that you could be here with us. We are really having a great time here at Houston. There's a tremendous amount of people here. We're really excited about being in the arena. So appreciative of our sponsors, Heritage Cattle Company, Little Pecan Cattle, Elgin Breeding Service, and of course the Miami show. So thank you guys so much for being supportive of us so that we can be here in the arena. So I have this idea. So what? Oh, I do. I have this great idea. I was going to share it with everyone, but now I'm not. So we're going to go listen to some music for a moment.
Oh, really?
Are we listening to music? Or are we listening to me? Oh, good. Awesome. We're going to listen to music now. Thank you, Iran.
This was a little more challenging class. I think some of the power heifers probably got left a little lower down because of maybe structure issues or some things like that, some femininity issues. The heifer I'm going to start with, I think she's just the most complete package. I think when you look at her there in the angle to her shoulder, not only is she smooth in her design, but that angle to her shoulder is exceptionally nice. When you look down her top, she's got plenty of shape for me. You're standing behind her the same way, but I think she's just an overall complete heifer that's hard to find a hole in, you know. Just a real nice one with that looks like she's going to make a nice udder, has a really nice underline. Nice job, young man. Then we've got the real white polled heifer coming next. Really nice in her design and skeletal. Her skeletal design, I really like the way she handles herself when she gets on the move. She's nice and attractive. Just a real complete female, and she's really nice in her udder design and teat design as well. However, she's probably starting to get a little bit on the fat side for me. But when this young man gets her put together, she really gives you a nice striking look in terms of overall balance and design and completeness. Just maybe want to trim her down just a little bit. Then the heifer we've got coming next of the top three is probably one of the more power heifers, especially down her top. However, she just gets a little shorter up fronted, probably gets a little plainer in her hump, a little bit off in her hip, but I love the bone. I like the way she travels around the arena, and just does so with some power and growth. Just want to give her just a hair more breed character. Then we've got the real super complete heifer here that you're really hard to pick a hole in, other than you want to just make more of her. If I could make more of her, she could rise up in the class, give her a little more growth. But however, I see a lot of longevity in her future in just terms of overall structural correctness. Then we run into some heifers that's starting to get a little coarser in their shoulder, probably a little over in their condition, probably a little shorter necked. But however, I think we've got some quality that run pretty deep in this class.
Right, or not. There we go. Okay, so in first place, and a big shout out, because we did some signage for Flat Rock. Really excited to do it. They were bragging on Miss Brandolin the other day, and what a great job she did for them. And super glad that we could help them out with their signs. So in first place was Miss Flat Rock Babe 3. That's going to be RW Flat Rock Cupid is the sire, and that female is going to be out of Miss Callion 230. Just a reminder, we do have a Callion Cattle Company. They are having a sale with us. So congratulations to RW Flat Rock Cupid. Of course, that is going to be Paul B. Hayes, showing, owning, and breeding. So Miss Flat Rock Babe was our class winner. And in second place, we had the HM Cattle Company. That is going to be Hondo. Hondo was on the stick with his Miss HMC polled 129/1, and she is PP/P, so she is polled. And she is out of LMC LF polled Muneka and by Mr. V8 135/7. So congratulations to those two breeders. Great job. Very excited for them.
Seventh in the class to 1322. Walters last.
Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert with the Brahman Journal, and I am super excited to be back in Houston, and especially excited to be with my friend Hillary of Elgin Breeding Service. They are one of our sponsors for our live stream. I want to invite everyone to watch and comment. We have all kinds of fun things we're doing during the live stream, and Hillary, thank you guys for being a sponsor.
Absolutely, we're always happy to do it.
And you know what? We have their team, your husband John, and then the rest of the gang back there working hard, and they are collecting bulls. That's what they do. Amongst other things, they're back home collecting bulls, and they're going to be watching live, and I think they might make a few sneak appearances with us.
Yep, they're back home. None of them got to break away to come down here to the show. So they're all excited to watch live and watch the show, the females and the bulls. And they've got everything set up to where they can watch the show live and comment and show y'all what they're doing throughout the day too.
Yeah, exactly. We have some photos that they're going to be sending, and maybe a little bit of video. Nothing X-rated though. So again, this is Elgin Breeding Service. And there's some really fun, exciting.
Break up just in terms of overall type and kind. The heifer that we start out with, I think she just gives the advantage, probably just a little better in her hump placement, probably just a hair more feminine as we look at her. But you really love the overall openness of body cavity that both of these heifers have. Just probably on this second heifer, maybe it'd make her a little more prominent in her hump. Maybe move it back over her shoulder just a hair, but I do like the loin and the hip that both those heifers have in it, and they bring it together in a nice package. Heifer we've got next probably follows the type and kind of those two ahead of her, just not quite as much of her. Probably gets a little tighter hided as we look at her, but a nice complete type heifer that could have a bright future. Then we've got another heifer here that's got lots of length of body, one of the longer bodied heifers up in the front end of this class, lots of length and extension and femininity. She's starting to give way in her brisket up there, and I'd sure like to tidy her up there a little bit. And then the blue heifer we've got coming next, a nice functional type heifer, probably gets a little coarser over her hip, maybe not as overall much body capacity as the heifers that are ahead of her, and but a nice pair of females at the top of this class.
Let's see if the microphone's working from up here. Okay, we're good. All right, first in that last class, that was class number 11. That is going to be, we had a Grand Slam for AT Brahmins. That's going to be AT Miss Camille, and that is going to be Anna Kate Thomas showing. That is Anna Kate bred, Harley Strack owns, and exhibited by J4 Cattle. But AT Miss Camilla, 832/0, that's going to be a JDH Mr. Music Manso daughter out of CT Lisa Manso. And in second place, we had another AT. AT was being shown by Schulte Cattle Company. Again, Anna Kate was the breeder, but McKenna Schulte is the owner, and she was on the stick. Again, that is going to be AT Miss Diana, 817/0, JDH Mr. Music Manso daughter out of CT Lisa Manso. So listen to that, guys. Let's talk about this. That is super cool. Those were flush mates. So that is very impressive that we had those flush mates winning 1-2, and no wonder the judge liked them both. That is very, very cool. Alrighty, we are moving into 12, class 12, and then we'll be moving into that championship drive. Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert with the Brahman Journal, and I am super excited to be back in Houston, and especially excited to be with my friend Hillary of Elgin Breeding Service. They are one of our sponsors for our live stream. I want to invite everyone to watch and comment. We have all kinds of fun things we're doing during the live stream, and Hillary, thank you guys for being a sponsor.
Absolutely, we're always happy to do it.
And you know what? We have their team, your husband John, and then the rest of the gang back there working hard, and they are collecting bulls. That's what they do. Amongst other things, they're back home collecting bulls, and they're going to be watching live, and I think they might make a few sneak appearances with us.
Yep, they're back home. None of them got to break away to come down here to the show. So they're all excited to watch live and watch the show, the females and the bulls. And they've got everything set up to where they can watch the show live and comment and show y'all what they're doing throughout the day too.
Yeah, exactly. We have some photos that they're going to be sending, and maybe a little bit of video. Nothing X-rated though. So again, this is Elgin Breeding Service, and there's some really fun, exciting, really great giveaways and goodies. So you want to make sure you stop by their booth. So Hillary, I think it would be so cool that you guys get to watch the show and you know the bulls that have sired some of these champions because you've had them there and you've collected them.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of the bulls that'll be in the ring we've seen, and then a lot of the bulls that will be in the show ring, we've collected their sires, their grandsires, back several generations. So it's always fun to watch how those genetics play into this.
Yeah, and you know what's really, to me, so amazing about this whole thing that we do is that you can freeze those embryos, you can freeze that semen, you can come back and you can look at bulls that maybe were used a while ago and now they're using them again.
Yeah, we have semen that's been frozen for 30, 40 years that's still frozen today. So not only is it frozen for a day or two, we have semen that's been frozen for decades that's still there today. That some people like to go back to and use again. So it's interesting to watch how everything plays out.
And that semen is still good, it works really well, and because they do just a tremendous job. So how long has Elgin Breeding Service been in business?
Since 1954. We've been collecting and freezing semen since 1954, and doing pretty much the semen quality hasn't changed much. The only thing we've done is increased how much semen we put in a straw, but besides that, everything is, as far as quality, has stayed the same. The only thing that's changed is technology making things a little bit easier for us.
I can say, just to clarify, she wasn't around in 1954, but this is a family business that she is part of and has been part of your whole life.
Yep.
And her whole family. So again, it's really awesome to be here back at Houston at Elgin Breeding Service. We're right across from the Brahman Journal booth, and you can get all of these really fun goodies. Besides the fact you can get information about all of their services, the collection side of it, the transportation side of it. You know, you help facilitate that. You get semen all around the world and embryos and everything that people need.
Yep, we do a lot of domestic shipping, international shipping. We do it all.
And they don't do just Brahman, though we are kind of Brahman specific here at the Brahman Journal. But you know, they do a lot of other things, and I have been out there. I can say that it is just a beautiful place to see. They've had a lot of people visiting from all over the world this last week, and I imagine that they're going to continue to have that. So if you're here in the Houston area at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, stop by the booth, visit with my friend Hillary about all that they can do for you, and make sure you thank them, because we will be live in the arena thanks to Elgin Breeding Service.
Thanks, Vicki.
The heifer that starts this class, this red-tinged heifer here, one that's just super complete, hard to pick a hole in. You probably, as you compare to some of the heifers in the lineup, maybe give her a little more growth, a little more performance, but there's hard to really pick a hole in that one. Structurally, when you ask her to move, she does so very nicely. She's got plenty of muscle to her, especially in relation to her frame size. I think she's got all the right pieces. But like I said, we probably want to add a little more growth as we compare her to some of these if we wanted to make her more ideal. Heifer we've got next, heifer that's real big-hearted and carries that depth all the way throughout. She's very open there in the center portion of her body. You appreciate the fact that she's sound when she travels. She's got a lot of functional pieces to make a good cow, probably just not as pretty as we'd like to see one. I think there's a lot of cow there, and there's a lot of longevity built in there in terms of structural correctness and structural design, and teat placement too. But nice heifer with lots of capacity. Heifer that comes next is an extremely long-bodied, high-growth heifer, but to go with that added frame, I'd like to open her up there right in her heart girth, make her a little nicer balanced. And you step in behind her, she wants to taper a little the closer she gets to the ground. However, but when this young man gets her put together, he's got a really nice eye appealing, and it gives her a real striking look. Just want to balance her up a little bit. Red-tinged heifer we've got next, another one that's real sound and complete, probably not quite as feminine as we'd like to, maybe dress her up in her brisket just a little bit. And similar kind of heifer that we've got coming next. Not too many big holes, just maybe want to make her a little fancier, probably just drop a little extra conditioning off of that brisket, but I think she's fairly complete. And then we round out the class with some heifers that run into a few structural issues down at the end. Heifer coming next, probably I'd like to change her in her mouth there, but just some condition and structural issues as we see going down the line.
We thank you very much for the overview. And ladies and gentlemen, taking first place honors in Class 12 was entry 1093, Jaylee Rushing, owner and exhibitor from Santa Fe, Texas, taking the blue ribbon. Second going to 1012, England Cattle Company, showing for Montana Trap, Mercedes, Texas, England Cattle Company. The third place award going to 893, Little Pecan Cattle, showing for Camp McCall, Bell City, Louisiana. Fourth to 1196, entry from J4 Cattle, exhibiting for Cinco Strike the Fifth of El Campo. Our fifth place in the class to 886, Lindsay Farms, showing for Candace Ellis of Troop, Texas. Your sixth place award went to 513, A.T. Brahman, showing for Ruby Thomas of Honey Grove, Texas. Our seventh place to 514, A.T. Brahman's, entry owned by Anna Kate Thomas, Honey Grove, Texas. Eighth going to 756, Herzog Cattle Company, owners and exhibitors from Chilton, Texas. Ninth in the class to 836 CE Company.
Ok, vamos a hablar aquí ahorita un poquito de español acerca de los resultados que estamos teniendo. Para empezar, lo que están viendo en pantalla es el campeonato intermedio de hembras rojas, the Red Intermediate Championship Drive of the Females. Entonces, en la clase pasada, la clase 12 de las grises intermedias, estuvo Miss SCC Schulte.
Class 11, your winner was 1871, Walters Livestock with the female Walters Juliet Rojo. And Class 12, your winner was entry 1691, Moreno Ranch, exhibiting Moreno Miss Lady Richie Mia, 868 over 2. Also up for reserve consideration this afternoon. Class 9, your second was entry 1726, owned by Marcus Luis Moreno with 6W Miss Valentine. Class 10, your second was entry 1687, Lily Larson, your owner, with Moreno Miss Lady Resi, 24 over 3. Second in Class 11 was entry 1373, Catherine Armenter with JLCS HB Lady Jolene, 8 over 0. And Class 12, your second place was entry 1374, Laura Armenter with CT Susie Renault, 23 over 0. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these entries a big round of applause for a great job in this intermediate division.
Out with our red intermediate heifers, even starting with this young class, I think we've got a lot of functionality all the way through these cattle. They're good feet and they're good structured, and they can travel and do what they need to do. We get up under them, we start looking at udders and underlines, and I think they're completely acceptable to me, because I think that's probably one area we need to work on pretty good is udders and teats and things like that to ensure the long-term longevity of these cattle. And so up here at the front, we've got a real deep-bodied heifer. Probably gets a little plainer as we compare to some of the others in the lineup, but you do have to appreciate that depth of body and capacity that she has in the natural thickness. Heifer we've got next, you really like her look from the side when this young lady gets her stopped and set of the lineup in relation to her, and the heifers on either side of her probably gets a rib shorter than we'd like to see, but she's a real pretty heifer that's pretty feminine and really functional. Next heifer we've got, you appreciate the added length, the added femininity, just a really nice heifer. You compare her to the heifer behind her, probably a little steeper off of her hip, but not too bad, and I think this is a pretty nice heifer. Then we round out the senior division with a pretty powerful one that's got lots of heart to her, and she maintains that balance all the way out, but good red Brahman breed character with that right erect hump sitting directly over the top of her shoulder. She's the one that suits me today for your division champion. Congratulations.
And there you have it. Champion goes to entry 1691, the female Moreno Miss Lady Richie Mia, 868 over 2. Let's lead up 1374 for reserve consideration.
And in this lineup, I think it's fairly close. The one that most closely follows her for your reserve division will come out of this third class right here. Nice heifer.
And your reserve goes to entry 1871, Walters Livestock with the female Walters Juliet Rojo. Congratulations to our champion, intermediate, and reserve champion, and all these exhibitors in this division.
I think if we were starting to describe this division, these heifers out here, I think it's the division of completeness. You know, there's not necessarily a super powerful heifer out here or anything like that, but I think there's a lot of complete heifers that's got a lot of functionality to them. I really like the way they handle themselves on the move, you know, and then it just kind of comes down to a few little things, maybe between breed character, just overall flashiness. But I think all of these heifers out here, from both ends of the lineup, they've all got plenty of muscle. They've all got plenty of shape and eye appeal to them. You know, there's probably one heifer that out here does it just a little bit better for me today, and that's going to be the youngest heifer down the end. She's going to be your division champion. I like the added breed character in this heifer and that really nice hump.
And ladies and gentlemen, taking the Intermediate Division Championship, that's entry number 1220, Mark Tummelson of Tummelson Farms, Angleton, Texas. We'll move up 873 for reserve consideration. Yep.
As we round out this division with our reserve division pick, I think the heifer it's hard to pick a hole in right here is going to be your reserve division, and she just puts a lot of good things together. Congratulations, young lady.
And ladies and gentlemen, your Class 12 winner, entry number 1093, Jaylee Rushing of Santa Fe, Texas, showing Miss SSC Schulte's Apple 268 over 0, taking the reserve honors here. Your champion heifer from Mark Tumbleson was TFR Lady Cashmere was your intermediate champion. Congratulations to these exhibitors, and we're ready to move into our next division of reds. We'll turn the mic over to Mr. Jim Cooper.